world leaders to help save the lives of injured soldiers and civilians trapped inside a steel plant in the besieged city of Mariupol. The major says the Ukrainians are severely outnumbered and the city could soon fall into Russian hands. Ukraine's president says he is willing to release Russian prisoners of war for the safe passage out of Mariupol. Well, Sky News' Mark Stone has the latest.
Well, in all wars, there is always a place that ends up coming to represent the truest horror in that war. And here, without question, it is Mariupol. For exactly 8 weeks now, this town, this key port town in the southeast of Ukraine, has been the centre of extremely fierce fighting. The Russians have failed over the course of 8 weeks to take the town. It has been defended by units of the Ukrainian military for the duration of those 8 weeks. And the level of destruction there is quite extraordinary. We have seen an urban landscape absolutely flattened over the course of this period of time. And the Marines, the Ukrainian Marines and units of the Azov battalion of the Ukrainian military have ended up being cornered in the steelworks right on the port side in Mariupol. This steelworks is a vast complex, the largest of its kind in Europe, and somewhere in there the Marines, the Azov battalion soldiers and many civilians as well are holed up. They are fighting off a Russian advance, but it looks as though, from the conversations we've had with one commander inside that building, they are preparing now to give up and try and get out somehow.
Более 500 парней требуют медицинского обеспечения. Положение с этим вопросом очень плохое. Подвальные помещения, парни просто гниют. В целом группировка действует, продолжает обороняться. Что касается заявлений русской стороны о том, что они в скором будущем могут закончить свое мероприятие, что касается Мариуполя. Да, такое может быть. Это очень реальная ситуация. Группировка противника в десятки раз, если не больше, превосходит нашу. Техника, танками, артиллерией, авиацией, морской составляющей. Да, на нашей территории искали безопасность гражданские люди, их сотни. Есть среди них женщины, дети, есть очень маленькие дети.
Over the course of the past hour and a half or so, President Zelensky has been speaking up in Kyiv. He has been welcoming the President of the European Council, Charles Michel, to Kyiv over the course of today. They gave a news conference, and as part of that, he suggested that there are now negotiations for a prisoner swap. Now, there have been prisoner swaps before in this over the course of the past 8 weeks between the Russians and the Ukrainians, but never one at this scale, and never one involving civilians as well. Civilians should never really be part of a so-called prisoner swap. They should be given free passage. They are not. But certainly, from the words of President Zelensky, it sounds as though some sort of negotiation is ongoing.
We are ready to exchange our people for the military, for the prisoners. They have left. They have left corpses and they have left alive people behind. So we are ready for any exchange, any format of exchange.
An active situation there to try and get civilians who are in the town itself, the city itself of Mariupol, out of there. But separately, this desperate situation at the steelworks, well, that for another day endures.